and we'll get on in that. But we'll definitely come back to all the hunting around, because that's a big part of it, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just getting out there, and because you spend so much time, like you might spend a week or whatever, maybe not going out every day, but just going out looking for stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden, there it is, like when you least suspect it.
Right.
That's how I was like when I found that. I mean, it wasn't hard to find, like, I guess, really.
Well,
but
I mean, you're famous now, so people just know it's you and just say, look, you might be looking for this.
But now it's like when I went in and when I found that Viscera figure that one day, like I didn't know, because I'm trying to get a gauge for like when the local stores get stuff. You know what I mean? Because that's the hardest part of it. So once I started seeing that, or at least getting an idea for, do they have a schedule as to when they even receive things?
Now I can tell you that because I used to work at Target. I worked at Target for about 4 years. So like Target, when it comes to action figures, a lot of times they will get them almost a month ahead of the actual shelf release date.
Right.
And they're just sitting in the back supply room. And sometimes you can catch a Target employee that's not too sure about what to do. Well, that's pretty much a lot of the times, unless they're really into the stuff. But you can catch them sometimes, and they will actually sell it to you early. And it's usually they'll usually start putting them out once the release date hits. If they don't put them out on the exact day of release, usually they will start to put them out on like a Wednesday.
Right.
And it's usually only like one day during the week. So it's usually like a Tuesday or a Wednesday. And then like resets come every other month or every 3 months, somewhere around there. So yeah, it just really depends on the store, I guess. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And, I know one thing. My Targets are starting to stay true to those street dates now, because they ain't trying to get no fines allegedly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I've been hearing about, like, because from people like you and people in the like on the Chick Foley side of things, where when you hear about something and it's so inconsistent, like this guy over here in Arkansas might go there and he'll see his stores stop, right?
Yep.
And then you go to your store over in like Idaho or wherever, and you ask them, like, oh yeah, we have those, but we can't put them out until Thursday. It's like,
right.
Well, what's the why? Like,
or sometimes they be out and you scan it and it says it be street dated.
Right.
They'll take it back to the back.
Yeah. Because then that goes back into what I was saying. Like sometimes the employees don't know, they don't pay attention. You get like a push cart, and they'll load stuff onto the push cart for the people that come to work the next day, and they'll just grab a random cart, not paying attention to the street dates, and just start putting them on the shelf in a spot where they think they're supposed to go. And yeah, a lot of people are getting fined for putting them out too early. A lot of people are getting fined for not putting them out early enough on the correct date. And a lot of the biggest issues as well is distribution. Like one of the big toy companies, which I purchased a lot because I'm into like the Power Ranger stuff and things like that, was Bandai. Bandai was horrible about releasing products across the United States. You would get like some products on the West Coast, which is fairly common nowadays. Like the West Coast gets all this stuff on the day, or at least 2 or 3 weeks before they distribute throughout the rest of the country.
Right.
Another one that's bad with not everything, but with some of like the most popular things with adult collectors is Hasbro. So, I can talk about that later, but yeah, Hasbro is another one of those.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be talking a lot about Hasbro in a bit here.
Yeah.
But I mean, for one, since they had their exclusives come out this past week, or I don't know if it's pre-orders, I saw some conflicting things. Maybe it just depends on which figure you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course, like what we try to do is what we started doing is taking a point in this little live where we just kind of focus on one thing, like for that month.
Yeah.
And so this last month it was SH Figure Arts. I'm sure you know them, right?
Yep. I love SH Figure Arts.
Yeah, and so this month it's Hasbro because just the time.
Oh, okay.
So a little later, like we'll pull out some Hasbro stuff. You know what I mean? Even if it's not recent pickups or whatever, just something that you have Hasbro related.
Yeah.
But since we do often start off with like the pickups and misses and all that stuff, which one of you guys wants to go first with well, I know HomeGrown, you said you had some of your stuff all like gathered up already.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna save of course you can see a lot of them, but I'm gonna save those for like the Hasbro conversation because a lot of them are from Hasbro. But some of I guess I can show some of my most recent pickups would be something like this. And if you're not familiar with this, which a lot of people are not, it is a saber-toothed tiger from the American name Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but the Japanese name is Kyoryu Sentai Zyuranger. And it was featured in one of their episodes, the Japanese episode, where a lot of the kids, like 5 kids, were holding each one of the animals that represent the 5 Zords. And these are incredibly rare, so rare to the point where I'm missing 2 of them at this point, but they get pretty pricey. And you can see on the back the different ones that they have to collect. And they're like little plushies, and each one of them have different functions. Another pickup was Pop. I pick up a lot of Pops from time to time. This one more so for my shoe channel, whatnot, Michael Jordan Pop.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I'm into model kits. Another one was Gundam, one of my favorite ones. So I picked up this Gundam model kit. And I guess I'm also into the what are they called? The Loyal Subjects lines. They're little vinyl figures.
They make good stuff.
Yeah, and this one right here is a custom vinyl figure that I had picked up. I've got plenty more, but digging for it was a little bit too much. But this is a custom of a Ranger figure, Ranger character. I'm sorry, named Draken. So yeah, that's pretty dope. But,
okay. All right. Okay. I didn't know if you had any, because I know you said you're going to hold off on some of it for later. So
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that first thing you showed off, like I've definitely never seen anything like that.
Yeah, that Zyuranger, that was dope.
Yeah.
Because I was going to ask Jezzy if he knows anything, and Derek just showed up, so he kind of missed it. You want to pull that box out again? That first one you had?
Oh, what? That character looks familiar.
Yeah, it's the saber-tooth tiger from Power Rangers.
Yeah, I've got the first 3, but these last 2 are avoiding me. I'm working on one of them, but that last one is going to be the toughest. So
yeah, I'm definitely now I'm gonna have to go back into my Zyuranger imports.
Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, it's a plush animal, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a plushie. They're all plushies. Each one of them has a different function. Like this one walks and it growls. The Mastodon moves its trunk, and I think it walks as well. The Tyrannosaurus, that one walks. The pterodactyl flaps its wings and walks, and then I don't know what the Triceratops does because that one is so rare. Very few people have seen it. So,
nah, but that's dope.
If you send me the information, I'll try to because I can speak like a little bit of Japanese, so I can try to do some like searching in Japanese and research, see if I can find something.
Okay, I'll definitely send you some information on that. Because I mean, I've looked at a lot of the usual Japanese purchase sites. And, you know, they pop up on there from time to time, but because I don't fluently read Japanese or know how to read Japanese, you know, that's
yeah, it's not a skill I picked up either.
yeah.
All right. Jezzy, you want to go next? Yours?
Yeah.
Because I need to say go grab some stuff real quick. Grab mine.
Oh yeah, I go ahead. But yeah, I did find the movie cable.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, this is the Walmart exclusive cable from the Deadpool 2 movie. And I'm gonna be real with him. He's more accessible than the comic book cable, because the comic book cable, that's like a unicorn right now. And that comes with a nice little resale price on that. But you should
that's
be able
crazy.
to find these plentiful at Walmart now.
I wish had I known that, I would have grabbed them, because I was there the day they dropped every single one of those comic book figures collectors, and they were all sitting on the shelf for about a good 2 weeks.
And Rogue, the Marvel, well, I'll get into that that's a Hasbro thing right there. So I get into that.
Right.
I got the Hugh Jackman Wolverine as well.
Nice.
Comes with the bone claws, also the angry face, and the metal claws as well. And this is probably the best claws that they've made for Wolverine.
I was gonna say that it is.
Yeah, hands down, these are the best. Like I can pull
out. That's one of the reasons why I don't buy Wolverine figures, even though he's like one of my favorite characters, because they just don't do him right. But that's dope.
Yeah, I think out of all of them, I'd say this one and the X Factor, the X-Force Wolverine had the best claws. But you see right there, they gave these little flimsy, brittle claws on pretty much all the other ones. But yeah, pick this one up. This is an Amazon exclusive. I think they restocked on this one too.
Nice.
And I also found the new Age of Apocalypse.
Wow.
Nice.
And I like this one 10 times better than that Apocalypse, the Build-A-Figure Apocalypse. This one is actually dope in my opinion. This actually came from Target.
That's a good one.
That is looking very cool.
Yeah. But yeah, this one is dope in my opinion. Like I'm satisfied with this one. If I don't get another Apocalypse, I'm satisfied with that.
Man,
where'd you find that?
Seen
that Sentinel from a company that we shall not name yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into that one. Tristan knows what I had that talk with Shoes Up Sleeves Down about that one.
Man,
and
like.
And the update. I seen you had the Drago Ranger. I did get in contact with Hasbro, and they are replacing those all white heads.
Yeah,
they're replacing them. So mine will be here probably at the end of the month.
I am waiting on my email response. I emailed them like 3 days ago, I think, and they haven't sent anything back. So I might have to go to like the regular Hasbro website instead of Hasbro Pulse.
I could do this. I give you, because I sent it through multiple email accounts that I have. I'll send you that product code, and you can use that, take a picture with that, and get it sent to your address. So that way you can just bypass all that.
Okay.
But other than that, that's pretty much it for right now.
Okay. Derek, do you have your stuff near you? Any recent pickups?
Yeah. So this month I kind of went with the Star Wars stuff, because we had talked about the Black Series here recently,
mm-hmm.
and how I really like those figures. So two of the ones I found ended up being some of the Jedi. Well, that's.
Oh shoot!
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you got Kit in that one, and then ended up picking up Plo Koon.
Wow.
Now, I really like those characters, and I was a big fan of the Clone Wars TV show.
Yeah.
So, seeing those characters, I really want to pick those up, and I hope they do more of the Jedi as well from that series. And with that, I also watched Rebels. I wasn't as big of a fan as Rebels, but I thought the characters were still interesting. So they released the Rebels line.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
so
that's nice.
Have you seen that the new crowdfunded project that huge ship that they're
Boba
doing?
Fett. Yeah, Boba Fett's prison ship.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
It's massive, bro.
Yeah, I'll check it out now. Is it the one that he usually flies? Yeah.
Yeah, the one he flies. The ones I think they said they get more signatures. They're gonna do a carbonite a carbonite slot for it.
Yeah. Because they have they did like a 3-tier unlock, and it went so well with the last one that they're doing it again.
Oh, no. I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, go to Hasbro Pulse.
Yeah, and then I also ended up picking up like the main character out of it.
Okay.
And then I ended up picking up Hera.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that one. Like the detailing on them were actually pretty good. But that's all that I have picked up for this month.
Okay.
I'm waiting for. There's 2 more out of that line coming out that I want to pick up. So that'll probably be my next purchase. They're supposed to come out this month, I believe.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, with so many different properties and whatnot, and intellectual properties that you're into, like for all of you, like keeping up with all those release dates, man. Like, yeah. But so for me, I'll go with mine real quick. So originally, like, is this the right? Okay. From the wrong angle. At first, I thought this was like an AJ Styles. Like, I grabbed the wrong box. But so this is Eric Young, who is the current Impact champion right now. So I picked this up. So you see those figures, right? You see those like Rusev and Ronda Rousey, Nia Jax, Aiden English. Yeah, that whole set, for whatever reason, was freshly put out on our shelves at Walmart recently, all throughout the area. Chick-fil-A saw them at hers. I saw them at mine over here. I don't know where they came from, but they found these, and somebody in the Facebook group was like, "Hey, can you pick that one up for me?" And I was like, "Sure, whatever." And then like they just stopped responding to messages. So I'm like, "All right," because I mean I was gonna get it for myself since nobody had said anything, but then he jumped in. So now I'm keeping it. And I don't remember if I showed this one before or not. Did I? The Fiend?
I think you did on the unboxing.
Okay, well, I got the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Also, Optimistic, your boy Alias. Appreciate you guys coming through. Just talking about some action figures and stuff.
Oh, shout out to both of them.
So yeah, picked up the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, right? Also, at some point recently, I did manage to find Viscera. Now, you might look at him and think he's not a hard guy to find, right? Well, at the time, he kind of was. And he's got the hardcore title. You kind of see that in there, which was one of the best titles, because just the way it came to fruition and how it was just like a joke from McMahon to Mick Foley at the time, and then it kind of lasted for a while, really.
You got prestige.
Exactly. And then these two, at some point in the month, popped up, the Chase Naomi and the Standard Naomi. I was walking through Walmart, and I had already picked up this one, and I saw this one, and I was like, isn't that... I was like, man, let me pull up my picture, because I'm pretty sure this is the Chase. And so it's one of those things where I didn't have any reason to be in Walmart that day other than just to see what they had on shelves.
Those are usually the best finds.
Exactly. And given that this thing normally is like $40 and I was able to get it for $16, yeah, that was definitely a no-brainer. So and I say $40 because like on Ringside Collectibles, when they have the chase figures, they generally sell them for a little bit more, which makes sense. And this is not a recent pickup by any means, but because it came up in our last live, the Shockmaster figure also signed by the Shockmaster himself. So this was I got this from Comic-Con in 2017, I think. No, wait.
Oh man.
No, 16. Because of the year before the Orlando WrestleMania. So obviously, he's got like the Stormtrooper style helmet with the glitter and all that stuff down in there, upside down because that's how he rolls. And then on the back, yeah,
it cut out and everything
on this light here. But yeah, so this packaging wise, it's pretty cool. But just because we were talking about it the other day when we were talking about debuts that don't go right, I thought I'd bring that one up.
That's dope.
Yeah. I've always loved that action figure, like the packaging and everything. Like that's one of those figures that even if you are a person that you like to open the figures, I feel like that's one that it's better left in the packaging just because of how it's packaged.
That's the same reason I bought that second Rick Rude, because it's kind of, and that one's not close enough, so I'm not going to worry about it, but they have two versions of Rick. Well, technically they have three because there's the case with the different colored boots. But they have him robed and unrobed, right? So the unrobed version just kind of makes for a cool display. So when I saw that one, what was that? When I got you that Deadpool, I saw that and I was like, well, since I already had to go to the checkout register anyway, it's like, may as well just go ahead and get something for myself here. But yeah, I got really lucky that day. That was one of those, how you go into like, you go down the aisle and you can tell like this thing was stocked recently because you see all kinds of stuff everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt that day. But I do wish I know you guys got them. Some of you guys Jezzy got them. Those Spider-Man figures recently.
Yeah.
I passed on those too. I saw them. It caught my eye, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah. Thanks, Derek. Retro wave.
Yeah.
Because like I saw the Kingpin. I didn't see it in person, but I saw the Kingpin figure, and then I was like, well, now I wish I had bought those.
Yeah,
because that Kingpin is looking pretty good. I don't know if you have your eyes on that one.
Yeah, the Kingpin, and I think the rarest one is the Retro Mysterio. I think those are the two rare ones right now out that wave. But yeah, Green Goblin, I got Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker. I think he's over.
One with like the half.
Yeah. They've also done Masters of the Universe like that too as well. They had a ton of those figures on the shelves, and they're all gone too. And the only thing that I see now when I go to Walmart is Battle Cat. And I'm thinking about picking it up just cause it's Battle Cat.
Yeah, I see that one a lot because like, you know how it is. Like, there's always, you have the case. It's like, say there's like 8 figures in there. There's something where there's like 3 of it, and there's some where there's like 2 of it. And then there's some where it's like almost seems like it's just every other one or something.
Yeah.
And so definitely He-Man and Skeletor are those main figures. And I don't know what else came out of that first wave, but there's got to be something else. You know what I mean?
It was He-Man, Skeletor, Man-at-Arms, and what was the other villain?
Was it Beastman maybe?
Yeah, Beastman.
Okay. And that's just a guess because it's always Beastman. So, but yeah, I saw those two, and it's a slippery slope when you start jumping into collecting something.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you like a lot of the other stuff I have, it's all split up between different things. You know, it's like when I look at my SH Figure Arts thing, I didn't complete any sets. I was very careful not to do that because I didn't want to branch out. Because especially with something like Dragon Ball Z, where there's like so many figures. You know? Yeah. Like, well, if I have this, I have to have this because it just makes sense.
Right.
But then you have those two, and then something else comes along. You're like, well, if Piccolo, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
That's the only reason I think I didn't jump into the SH Figure Art Dragon Ball Z line is because there's so many of them, and then like something that you would think would be readily available, they're so incredibly rare, like a Krillin figure or a certain type of Piccolo or something like that. And it's exciting.
And in my area, Krillin, Bulma, and Trunks sat around for a long time. Like the Figure Art Trunks, they sat around for a long time. But
that's in my area that I've seen on the shelf was a Bulma. Outside of that, I've not seen any of it from the Dragon Ball Z. And what I end up doing with the Dragon Ball Z line, anyways, is instead of getting like the action figures, I opt in and go for like the little, like 15, 20. The way I look at that is like, one of every character, that would be good enough for me for Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, like I said, I made that mistake with He-Man many years ago, and have a storage unit that is full of those now. I mean, it's not full of just that. I have other stuff in it too, but man, it's like I went in there one time like a couple years ago, and I don't know what I had done because it was as if somebody had just broke in and put a bunch of boxes in there that I didn't recognize. I was like, and I mean, they all had my name and address on them. They all said Maddie Collector because this was that era.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, the Maddie Collector days. Man, that was terrible. They had it was like the worst site. They had bad customer service. It was because I know that was the thing that you guys brought up earlier, like dealing with Hasbro recently. It seemed like you guys were on the better end of the spectrum. Seemed like they're dealing with their issues pretty easily. But sometimes you order stuff and some companies like they just kind of suck. Like let's just gotta call it what it is, right?
Right.
But I mean, I don't know if you've had any other success stories lately with anybody other than Hasbro. If you've even had any issues lately.
I mean, all my pre-orders went through without a problem this time. Like it's usually I mean, it's rare for bots to be like a real problem on Hasbro. Usually that's a Target thing. But I mean, other than that, all my pre-orders went through. Haven't had no cancellations or anything. I think more. Just what we were talking about with the distribution. I think that's probably been the only problem.
And speaking of that, like the pre-orders and stuff. So, I don't even remember when it was. I feel like it was last month though. Either way, sometime recently, I pre-ordered the NECA Super Shredder, right?
Mm-hmm.
For, I mean, the figure itself is only like $30, but they charge you like $15 for shipping because it's crazy. But a friend of mine, he messaged me today. He's like, "Hey, do you happen to need these?" And at his Walmart up in somewhere around Philadelphia, they had the Super Shredders in there. So if you guys, I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but apparently the Super Shredders are making their way into Walmarts. So if you're looking for one, I want to say the retail was $30. So it's, from what I've seen of pictures, it's definitely worth the $30. And I know you guys are familiar with that company, so you know they're kind of bringing the
the NECA figures,
I just seen the April and the Foot Soldier set at Target. I want to say that was a week ago. But I feel for me that's a shame because I'm like, y'all could have paired her with something else. I got to buy another Foot Soldier just to get April. And it's $50 a pop for that set.
That is what got me when I bought that Shredder and Krang right there. Like that was, because I mean they're nice looking figures, but I don't know if they're $50 nice.
I mean,
you know? Yeah, that frame.
Yeah, I wanted those.
If it came, but my thing is, if it came with like a turtle, a villain like this, I'm fine.
Right.
They already gave us a 2-pack with 2 foot soldiers in there. So if I want an army build with foot soldiers, I can do that. And that
see, that was the only problem when they did that. Along with that was like one of the only problems I had.
Then I did get I got them pre-ordered maybe 3 weeks ago, I think. Bebop and Rocksteady.
Right.
But yeah. This was another
thing about Ninja Turtles I have to be careful with is because I grew up with Ninja Turtles. So Ninja Turtles was like when I started playing with toys, that was like one of my main things. So I've got every single Ninja Turtle figure, car, etc. that I had when I was like 6 or 7 years old. So I've got to kind of be careful with what I pick up and stuff like that.
I missed that samurai set Ninja Turtles. That's what I had back in the day too. I still got the turtle van. I still got that in storage somewhere.
What is it? I can't remember the characters' names, but they were like space aliens. They had like this cool Cadillac. It was a purple and black Cadillac.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
I still have that. That's like one of the hardest things to find, but I still have it.
I'm trying to think. Space aliens. Yeah, I can't.
They were like rock and roll space alien kids.
It was a purple Cadillac or something like that.
Yeah. It was. I think it was black with purple flames on it.
Were they a part of like the Ninja Turtles universe or something different?
Yeah. They were part of the Ninja Turtles universe. They popped up only for like 2 episodes, I think. 2 episodes in the cartoon series. I forget their names, but they were like wild out there kind of kids from outer space. And
I feel like if I saw a picture of them, I'd know it immediately.
Let me see.
But that's the that's the kind of thing that really in some ways sucks about like how things were at that time frame, because nowadays like I'm older, I know how shows work with like episode numbers and season numbers and stuff.
Right.
So now I'm well aware if I miss an episode or something.
Right.
But back when I was younger watching Ninja Turtles, like I just knew that sometimes it was on, sometimes it wasn't. Sometimes I see a new episode, sometimes I see an old episode.
Yeah, so look, 6:00 in the morning every day on Fox. That's when I knew that was my era for Ninja Turtles.
I don't remember what time it was for me. I just
Sonic the Hedgehog come on at 6:30 and Turtles come on at 6.
I would just watch. I watched so many things, like, and there was some stuff like that you see, and I remember like Spuds McKenzie and stuff. I don't remember anything else about it. I just remember it being there, and then like you have your things you focused on.
I vaguely remember the Bill and Ted cartoon.
I had those figures too.
Like I know it existed, but it was like, why don't I remember it as as vividly as I remember everything else?
Yeah.
That's how like the Bill and Ted cartoon didn't last very long. I think it was maybe like only one season.
2 seasons.
Yeah. And
back in the day, a season wasn't 15 episodes. A season
right.
50
it was
episodes.
Like 8 to 10 episodes.
Right. But HomeGrown, I know you collect Ranger figures. I didn't know if you had picked this up yet.
Which one is that? Is that
This is the Hasbro version.
That's the most recent release?
Yeah, the Hasbro version.
Now I did see that. I was upset about that.
I was hesitant about this one at first, but once I seen it, I'm not mad at it. I mean,
yeah.
a few little. I mean, if I'm gonna compare it to the Bandai version, I'm still gonna have to get an edge to Bandai because Bandai I feel like gave you a little more quality as far as like recently, like with the Legacy line.
Right.
But I mean, the thing about it is this is good. Like if my daughter wants to play with the Megazord, she could play with it without a problem.
Yeah.
But my Bandai stuff, that she knows that's off limits.
Right. Because
that recent Dragon Dagger, I'll let her play with that one, but I never let her play with this one.
Oh, the Legacy Dragon Dagger?
Yeah, the Legacy Dagger, Dragon Dagger. I wouldn't let her play with that one. But that new one.
Well, she might actually hurt herself with that one.
Yeah, it's heavy. She tells me all the time, Dad, this is heavy.
I think the one thing that bothered me about the Hasbro's release of the Megazord is I'm an admin for a Power Ranger group where we buy, sell, and trade stuff.
Right.
And a lot of people were going crazy over that. And they've had so many releases of the Dino Megazord. Number one, I was kind of burnt out on the Dino Megazord. Number two, the Beast Morphers Megazord didn't excite me too much. So I was like, okay, I'm burnt out. Hasbro hasn't shown they can really do anything. So, I'll wait. And you know how people are in groups like that. They'll find them and then they'll hit your pockets real hard for them.
Right.
So by the time I saw it in store, I'm like, this little bitty box set is what everybody's going crazy for. So I was like, no, it's not as impressive as I thought. But for like kids, it is a great kids toy. Like if you introduce them to it, it's excellent. I mean, run around, slam it against the wall.
Hasbro was genius for it. They separated them, so you gotta buy the T-Rex, then you gotta buy the Mastodon, the Pterodactyl,
right?
Then you gotta buy the Triceratops and the Saber-tooth Tiger. So,
right.
I mean, that was genius to separate the pack, and you pretty much had no choice but to buy all.
Right, and I think you end up almost paying like legacy prices for it too.
About how much I paid? I want to say it was about $54 at the most. 54.
Yeah, see, that's crazy because when the diecast Legacy Megazord released, it was like
60.
I want to say like $70.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I can't do that. That was another thing I thought about.
Right.
Yeah, like prices is one thing, but the other thing that's and you guys can probably say the same, but the other thing that will jump in the way for me is knowing well enough how much space I don't have.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like the Super Shredder, like, and things of that series. Yeah, I forget, was that 7-inch feet? Whatever that style is that they've done, right?
Right.
I got a Ninja Turtle set previously, like the movie style set that came with like the backdrop and all that stuff.
Oh, I love those.
And it's a pretty good size thing, right?
Yeah.
And to this day, it's just in the closet because it's like to find room. Even when I took a picture of that thing, like when I saw it like at Comic-Con, I was like, man, that thing's gonna take some space. But
yeah,
if I don't get it now, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just
I think that's what stopped me from actually going, diving head first in on that Sentinel figure, because I was looking at the dimensions and that Sentinel figure is massive. It is massive.
I think
it's is about as big as a 3-year-old child. I'm like, I can't do it.
Yeah, that's because that's
go ahead, you.
I was just gonna say, like, that's the thing where you want to have, like, how you want it displayed, because like I don't know if you saw it recently. They did I didn't watch the review, but I saw that there is a review out of somebody I follow that has the X Mansion.
Yeah.
Wow. So I know they did that.
So you'd want that. You know what I mean? You'd want something, or maybe you think, oh well, if I have this shelf, it'd be perfect. But you know how that is. What were you gonna say?
I mean, like I said, my girlfriend, once she said, just go ahead and get it. But I think the problem was me wanting to get 2 more of them, and just because I'm like, all right, I already paid $380 for this one.
Right.
Now I gotta pay the extra, but I already know how it is because now that it's coming, it came and went. Resale on them has already went up to about $600 for one.
Yeah.
And then we gotta wait till next year to even get the ones that we already pre-ordered.
Right, right.
But I wanted to tell you, I still haven't unboxed this yet, shoes.
Man, you're tempting me.
Huh?
What is that? The coming out of our shells?
The tour.
Tour.
I still got that VHS from the
really?
Yeah, I still have my coming out of the shells VHS.
I had to look. I was looking at the episode of Oprah when it was on that episode back in the day.
Man,
like I had to go back and look at that. I said, oh.
You say something? It seemed like your voice cut out for a second there.
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay.
Now, I said I was looking at an episode of Oprah and had seen this, and I was like, man, I said we were the pandering. I'm not a person of pandering. Like,
yeah,
that's just my thing.
But man, that was. But like, I feel like had I been able to go to that tour, I would probably still be talking about it to this day, because as a kid, you would see it in a certain light. You know what I mean? If I watch the tape now, I'd see it in a different light because I never saw it before.
Right.
You know, so I'd be like, man, like I remember back in whatever year when we went to, and the tour was only like I think 2 cities or something like that. But
I know it was New York.
And like somewhere in like California. So I'm going.
I think Chicago got it too.
Okay, because I feel like, and it could have been just like the way the shirt was done, but it looked like when I saw an unboxing of that the shirt had 2 dates on it or 2 cities on it, but it might have just been how it looked. I don't know. So that's why I said it was only in 2 cities. But either way,
you might be right about that.
Yeah, I know that it wasn't in Davenport, Iowa. I can tell you that for a fact.
Or Atlanta.
Davenport usually gets everything.
But man, like that's one of those things that would have been so cool to be able to go to. And it's good that like now those people, like you have people like Kevin Eastman that are still like deeply involved in that stuff. And he's well aware, like, because he sees people like me every year that come up to him and are like, man, like 20 years ago, whatever, however many years it was, like watching these things every morning. And like, I remember this and that. Like now I can buy what I want, you know, I'm not just waiting on mom to take me to the store and like, oh, is that mutagen, man? Oh, is that worm? Mondo Get?
Right.
Yeah, I can buy these things for myself. So like they make them, and now, especially when you look at it, yeah, like $5 for a figure in the 80s, 90s, or whatever. Now I'm paying like
10,
again, like we said, like,
10, 15,
you
20.
know, multiplies. But
yeah,
I mean, again, I get the reason for some of those price jumps or whatever.
Right.
But it's just cool to at least have the option to
right.
making that stuff.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure there are things that you guys watched when you were younger that like they aren't making figures for right now, but you'd buy them if they were.
Yeah. I think one cartoon that I have figures for, they started making figures for them again last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you all have, well, not a lot of people are familiar with it. I'm pretty sure y'all might not even know, but it was a cartoon called Bucky O'Hare. Oh
yeah, I remember that. Because I didn't get that channel.
and they also did a Wild West Cowboys.
I don't remember that one.
They were cows that were sheriffs, and the main character was Moo Mesa, and it was like one of those crazy shows that, you know, they always seem to pop up in the 90s as they were throwing ideas out there.
Right.
That's how I felt with, because like when you say Moo Mesa, like I don't know that name, but it makes me think of what's that, like Barnyard something, Barnyard Wars, or
Yeah, they just released some figures for that too.
it was like a ridiculous thing. I just remember having like a ram and a pig.
And they had like armor that you strapped that you
they had like
to their back.
on the back or something.
There's a YouTuber by the name of Pixel Dan. And it's funny you mentioned that.
Isn't he the Notu guy?
Pixel Dan, he just did a video about 3 or 4 days ago about the barnyard animals that they redid the figures for.
Yeah, what was that called? Barnyard Commandos?
Something like that. Yeah.
But
I can easily look. Let's see.
But talking about like Bucky O'Hare though, like when I was younger, living up in Newport News, I remember I would flip through TV Guide, right, to see like when stuff is coming on, so I could like know if I needed to like rush home from school.
Right.
And I remember seeing Bucky O'Hare, and at first I didn't realize like the breakdown of the channels in the TV Guide because it was for this whole Hampton Roads area or whatever. And so like my city, Newport News, there were certain channels that we just didn't have, some of those minor ones or whatever.
Right.
And so I never got to watch Bucky O'Hare, except for one time I saw like 2 minutes of it. So I had to go to someone else. My mom took me to someone else's house one day and we were there and flipping through the channels and I saw like the very end of it. It's like,
yeah.
It's like, can we come here again?
Barnyard Commandos is exactly what that means.
Oh man, because that second one right there is the one that I definitely remember. Actually, those two middle ones are the ones I remember having. Man, that's crazy. And who was it? There was do you guys remember the show Cops?
Yeah.
I mean, like not the live action one, but the cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
that guy and the white guy.
Yeah, they had like.
I remember Police Academy. Cops.
Yeah, it was a cartoon. Hold on a second.
Maybe.
I mean, because I feel like I looked it up before and maybe it just didn't last very long or something. Let me find the screen share option. Chrome tab, Cops cartoon. That should be pulled up now. Like this, it was it.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
Like this was like one of my favorite things in the world. I didn't have any of the figures. I only saw it on TV sometimes. But
you can definitely tell they made this when they made the RoboCop cartoon.
Yeah, that also reminds me of Biker Mice from Mars.
Right. I was about to say the same thing.
And
I still have those figures too. So
I think that one I remember the name of. And I think let me close this Cops thing out. But like for Cops, all I remember is that sometime later when I got into collecting comics or comic cards, I remember seeing a comic book for the Cops cartoon, and like the guy with the dog, like his dog was dead. It's like a mechanical dog. And I was like, man, what happened here?
Look, Derek said Street Sharks.
So Street Sharks. I didn't so much like the toys as much as I liked the cartoon.
I love the toys when I had them.
I remember for one of my birthdays, a friend of my mother got me like the giant Street Sharks hand puppet.
Oh yeah.
And she moved his jaw and his fists. But I did enjoy that.
I think the only toys I would want from old shows is probably like Ronin Warrior toys.
No.
I do have those.
Gargoyle.
I don't have the full set because Kento was one of the hardest ones to get, and I forget the other one, but I do have the rest of them.
Yeah, and who remember Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad?
I have those as well.
I remember that name, but I don't remember the show.
Servo, one of the Lawrence brothers played the hero character.
Yeah,
and they were fighting a digital virus.
Yeah,
and whenever like the virus would attack, you see something like at the school, like the sprinklers would go off, and nobody knew why. and he would realize it was the villain, and then he would transform and transport into the computer and fight the virus inside of the digital grid.
Right.
Jeez, like for something like when you said digital virus, I was like, why does that sound familiar? Then I started thinking about it was Cable. That's what I'm thinking of. Like when he was infected in the comics and all that stuff. Yeah, which is something I definitely need to get back into. I was just saying that earlier when I was making this little Funko video, which took forever. Man, that took forever. I thought my Ultra Boost video was long. I mean, that one was longer, sure, but man.
Nah, it wasn't that bad.
But yeah, that one will be out eventually. But what was I gonna say? So I figure like now we can go ahead and move on over to the I just had that tab open. Move on over to the
ain't no telling where that stuff is, but it's brand new in the box.
I got a lot of stuff in my my grandmother's house that like she's always calling it the OG Nintendo and a lot of other toys there, Beetleborgs and all.
Oh yeah, I got those too. I was a huge fan of those. You can't be a Power Ranger fan and not be a Beetleborgs fan or a VR Trooper fan. Yeah,
right.
Man, that was I think I was only watching Power Rangers then. But let's see, why does this look so seems a little weird the way it is, but so like we were talking about before, like with Hasbro being kind of like a big-ish thing, and at least in this part of the news.
Pulse Con.
So we can go down this line. I think I can just kind of click through it. So remember, Jezzy, you were talking about this box set a while ago.
Yes, I was. So what Hasbro did, I'm not 100% sure. They had the exclusive access if you bought the $50 premium package. If you bought the premium package, you pretty much had first dibs on a lot of kind of exclusives.
Yeah.
This right here, they wind up. Fortunately, they didn't sell out of them. They didn't sell out initially, but what they did was they charged you on day of, and then once those first wave went out, then they sold out, and then that following Monday they put another batch up. And the next batch of those are not going to release until, I want to say, February of 2021. So you can pre-order them now, but you're going to have to wait until the beginning of next year to get it.
So what was that? Wolverine, Magneto?
No, that's the Hellfire Club.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
It's Sebastian Shaw. It's got the original white queen Emma Frost. And it also has Jean Grey as the Black Queen before she turned all the way into the Dark Phoenix.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but the set is sick. That's a sick set. And they also released the Hellfire Club Soldiers as well. I think those are still available on there, but those are like army builders right there.
Man, that is very cool looking. I know it's slightly different, but I still need to. I still have that one set in my Amazon cart, the Old Man Logan and Hawkeye. Like,
yeah,
that's luckily
that's an underrated set. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Like, luckily this doesn't work. Some of these don't work like the Shoe World where I had to jump on it. So
right,
but I still want to get it soon because I just want to have it. So
I'm trying to hold off until Prime Days to like see what's gonna happen because that's when the big discounts come in.
That's true too. I don't know anything about this.
That's the indoor set.
Yeah.
That's overpriced to me. That was overpriced. I don't care if it's 5 figures. It's still. I felt the same way about that Yoda and Luke Skywalker pack because I went to Walmart.
Yeah.
I went to Walmart. I seen that they were priced at $29.99.
Right. Yeah.
Register, and it was $50. I was like, "What the hell is this?"
Oh, hold on a second. Man, Boat Kicks. I'm telling you, let me find this link because I never pasted that. Usually I paste that in there. But Boat Kicks came by. Like if he's able to, he should jump in because I know he's into the figures and stuff too to an extent. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He doesn't show him off a whole lot on his channel, but he also just knows, like we all do, has some history, some things he's into.
BX said he need the 12-inch Avengers, the Hawkeye and the Loki.
Oh.
Well, I don't remember Hawkeye and Loki.
He said the 12-inch figures. I think I know what he's talking about because a lot of those went on sale at Walgreens and Walmart's in my area. Like people don't usually go for the 12-inch figures.
Like the Star Wars stuff. Man, I can't. I don't remember. I like the Star Wars figures. I like the way they look.
Yeah, I really
in my opinion,
got back into them. I think.
Yeah, in my opinion, that's good enough for me. I can look at them on the shelf, be like, that's nice, and then keep going because like the Star Wars figures, like they get so crazy. The different variants, like you might end up with like 6 different variants for one figure.
Yeah, I definitely got at least 8 different Luke Skywalkers right now.
Yeah, and then looking at that Netflix show, The Toys That Made Us, or something like that. Just looking at the Star Wars collectors, like I can't do
it. This was the one.
Jezzy, do you know the price of the indoor set?
The indoor set, I believe, is if it's not $79, I want to say it was $100.
I think so. It was somewhere around there.
I want to say ballpark $100 because I know it was 5 figures. It's Leia, Luke, Han. I believe the Ewok.
Wait,
and
there's something.
I think 2 Ewoks.
Because I had something is showing 110 on the Hasbro site.
Oh, well, that might be.
That's it.
Yeah,
that might be.
But like maybe it was cheaper before. I don't know.
I mean, if it had like the you know, the little jet thing they be riding through the jungle in, the jet rider, the jungle rider.
Yeah,
I can understand that. Like if it had a vehicle or something, but I can't justify. Well, I mean, I paid for the damn the Psycho Ranger set, so you know what, that goes in the same ballpark.
But how much was that? I don't think that was expensive.
Nah, that was 110, 120.
You're lying to me. I know I didn't pay that. Wait a minute.
Plus tax. Everything plus tax.
That just means see, that's one of the biggest problems. You just blindly grab and you don't even think about it.
Yeah, I knew it was one of those, look, just click in and forget it. I
gotta check my Amazon cart.
I know. I think we're all guilty of that sometimes.
Oh, you know what? You're absolutely right. It was like I think 99 or something like that.
Yeah, because I had bought it at the same time I bought that Omega Ranger.
Yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Oh, the Joe set. That's
Scrolling through the pictures earlier, this one looked kind of. I'm not a G.I. Joe guy, as I mentioned, and I'll stand by that. But if something looks cool, it looks cool.
Yeah, this is the exclusive one. The basic figure was hard to find for a little while, but I think they finally catching up with distribution on it. But this one right here, oof.
Yeah, I used to be a G.I. Joe guy when I was a kid. Because I used to twist the original figures because they had like the rubber bands in them. Yeah. I used to twist them and watch them spin around. And then at some point I would twist them to the point where the rubber band would break and it would just be 2 halves of a figure.
See, that's what I remember of those figures. And maybe that's part of the reason I don't like G.I. Joe.
Yeah, that was once they popped there through. But yeah, man. I mean, it's a dope looking figure in my personal opinion. I really do like it.
Because like I was looking at his little sword there, and I was like, man, that reminds me of.
You're right. Look.
Same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from the
Sabo.
I don't think there's anything special about this one. I think it's just the normal SH Figure Arts release. But I was looking at that like, man, that is very, very similar. Oh, there we go.
Black Series, Luke Skywalker and Yoda Jedi training figure, $44.99. No sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I paid it, rung up $52 at my Walmart. I was like, I'm good.
Bo,
What's up, y'all?
What do you think?
What's going on?
The G.I. Joe figure is dope. That's definitely like probably the best cover commander I've ever seen.
Yeah,
if they can match that with a Fire Serpentor, that'd be. And Destro, that's one of my favorite characters in G.I. Joe series. But you guys was talking about the figures. It's funny. I was on my pickup hype. I ain't been buying no shoes. I grabbed this War Machine.
Oh, you found them?
I don't know if y'all can see. Yeah.
Nice.
That is
nice. That right?
Nice.
Got the replaceable face. Then I was on this hype, man. I walked into a GameStop and they had this on the wall, and I was like, man, how much is that?
Oh yeah.
They had a sale. You have it?
Yeah. Is that the vintage one or is it the
It's the 84, you can tell by the rainbow.
Okay, yeah. I ended up buying both of them. I bought the new series and I ended up buying that one, but I didn't buy the other 4 for the vintage 80 line.
I don't rock with the new series, but GameStop had them on sale, so like this Blue Lion, $10, but originally like 29 or something, right?
Yeah.
Then I was like, okay. I tried to get them to track down the other ones for me, and they couldn't. So the GameStop sold out of the majority of them.
Right.
3 of them they had, the majority of them was gone. One I had to find on Amazon for like $40.
Oh yeah,
the rarest one is the red one.
Yeah, the red one's the
price, but they kind
of the red one's like $100. So I haven't bought that one yet, but I gotta grab that in order to have the full lion set, so I could form Voltron on that.
But they make like the Black Lion. He makes a noise by himself, and then they
make
noise as you combine them. Yeah,
because he's the chest. That's right. That's correct.
Real hard, man. I'm trying to stay away from the Mario. I'm trying to stay from the Mario figures, man.
I can't, man. You know, you had to.
I gotta.
Those Amiibos was one of the first things I saw you talking about that wasn't shoes. Like when
you know what? Because I wanted to. I always wanted to do my channel with like some gaming in mind as well. And when I edit videos, I try to sprinkle that in, so people know it's a part of who I am. You know what I mean? Like that's something that I have a lot of interest in is the gaming shit. Another reason I ain't buy no shoes because I'm on board both Xbox Series X and PS5. So PS5, a lot of money already dropped there. You know what I mean? Needed that. Hey, did you get that? Did I send you, Jezzy?
Yeah, I got it right here.
That's what's up.
That was actually one of my pickups. That's what I said.
That's what's up, bro.
Oh, yeah. Showed that in his last video or one of the last.
Yeah, I was doing the when I was in it. My son had a birthday in September. And we just looking around in the store, man. They had those all the way up to the front of it. Like usually that stuff is buried to like the side of the store.
Yeah.
But it was right up front, like they had just got them in. I was like, this Jezzy right here. I was like, this is a sign. We was just talking about Gambit. You know what I mean?
Look, now they got a new Gambit getting released for Hasbro. So
see, there you go. Yeah, there you go. I noticed they've been doing that lately. Like as far as the old figures that I used to collect, I think they were Toy Biz, but the old like Marvel characters I used to collect, it seems like they're all getting like a remastered edition. They're a little bit bigger, but the boxes seem the same. I think that's pretty dope, man. My kids don't know too much about none of that.
Well, they just released a new Dr. Doom like 2 months ago, and now they're releasing another one, like almost a Toy Biz version of them, like with the cloth cape and everything.
That's dope. I feel like when they do a Dr. Doom, it should always come with that throne chair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just it should no matter what, it should just come with the throne chair. Like wherever he teleports, that chair should come too.
I mean, they've been doing it big because they did that deluxe War Machine. They did Apocalypse.
Yeah, the Apocalypse is dope. I ain't seen that one yet in person, but I did see it.
I gotta get that Apocalypse.
Yeah, you gonna like it. Check
that Apocalypse is fire. I've been looking though for T'Challa and T'Chaka. They actually have those both.
Oh, they had them.
Yeah, they have T'Challa and T'Chaka. I looked online after I found Rhodey, and I was like, man, the best time for me to do that is now.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
I'm not gonna say I'm partial, but I'll definitely wanted to get my black superhero game up. I don't know if they got a Luke Cage anywhere, but I gotta find that too.
Yeah, they got him. He's on sale on Amazon now.
And Blade, and I'll feel pretty happy about it.
And Blade, yeah, that they need to just release a new figure for that.
They need
a Falcon figure coming out as well.
You can't mention black superheroes without mentioning Meteor Man.
A Meteor Man, hey, you know what? For its time, that was a very funny movie. I'm glad they did that movie because, man, how many stars were in that movie?
A lot.
Robert Townsend.
You know what I mean?
Earl Jones.
What's his name? He just passed away not too long ago.
Spoon.
Yeah.
Witherspoon, yeah. You know what's funny too? I really think Meteor Man birthed Blank Man. We wouldn't have had Blank Man if it wasn't for Meteor Man.
Yeah.
And Blank Man to me is hilarious. Blank Man, the other guy. His name really was Other Guy. Other Guy, you know? Hilarious. Hey man, appreciate you guys, man. I love that you guys do this. I'm gonna go in. My daughter is cameo. Yeah. So I can't speak too much for what she gonna blat out, but I'm gonna spend some time with the family, man. Appreciate you guys for inviting me in, and I love when you guys do this. See, it's much more to a sneakerhead than meets the eye, and most of us are just nerds at the end of the day.
Exactly.
I don't care what you collect. You're a big ass shoe nerd. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, later, man.
Go.
All right. So, what is this? So, I'm not very familiar with Ghostbusters.
Yeah, that's a line. I'm not. I mean, I'm familiar with it. I haven't thought to dabble into it.
Ghostbusters is my thing. That was another one.
Because I have no idea what's going on here.
In the first Ghostbusters, now I forget the specific names, but in the first Ghostbusters, he was taken over and became the Keymaster, and that's what opened the gates to release that big demon that made the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man pop up. Zool. He was one of the keys to open up the gate to release Zool, and Sigourney Weaver was the other. She was the gatekeeper and he was the Keymaster.
Right.
But yes, Ghostbusters is my thing. Like I still have those figures and the Ghostbuster house from when I was a kid, from like the 80s, 90s. So yeah.
I don't remember what the deal was, but they were a big topic in like the collecting part of the world recently, because there was, I don't know, like if the boxes weren't right or if people weren't getting something that they were supposed to get. But
when we get into Hasbro, I'll talk about that. But like Ghostbusters has recently popped back up on the scene, big time in a way. Number one, because a new Ghostbusters movie was supposed to drop summer of this year, but because of Corona and stuff like that, it got pushed to next year, the beginning of next year. And it's supposed to have like a cameo from a few of the original cast members in it. I believe there's like the premise is the kids of the Ghostbusters, of one of like the original Ghostbusters, I think like Egon's kids or something like that. Find his old hideout and his equipment and things like that. But like Hasbro, when it comes to like Ghostbusters, they made a snafu. But apparently, like Ghostbusters is still as big as ever. Because I actually recently found a Facebook group about Ghostbusters. Actually, Ghostbusters Vintage something, and then Ghostbusters something of another. And like the prices that are thrown out there for certain things, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I guess it's just one of those things where like everything, it kind of goes in like its little waves and stuff. Sometimes something will reignite the interest, like a movie coming up, but sometimes it might just things just get real popular again all of a sudden.
I guarantee you they're gonna do a crowdfunding for the Marshmallow Man at like 8 feet tall or something.
I need that. That's what I need. I definitely need that.
If
and
they
it's like
did
a
it with
suit you can wear.
if they did it with the silk, if they did it with the Sentinel, they're gonna do it with that. I can see that.
What'd you think about this Logan?
Oh, the Logan set, I actually liked it. It sold out on Hasbro, sold out on pre-orders. I think you should be able. I'm not 100%. I got to check Amazon and see if they're still available for that. But I know Hasbro sold out on these. But this actually got some good reception because everybody wanted this version of Wolverine and Professor X at the same time. But I think it's a good set. And like I said, they ain't knock you over the head with the price either.
Yeah, but I need an 8 foot tall Stay Puft. That's exactly what I need. This is Stay Puft from 1986.
86, damn.
Oh, jeez.
This was the one that came with all of the toy line. So one of the giant Stay Puft for your original toys. This is what you got. The eyes glow in the dark, the mouth glows in the dark, and then you got the little Ghostbuster emblem on his back that glows in the dark.
Man, that guy has seen some things.
Yeah. He's been washed. Man, I remember when I had it as a kid, and it got really dirty. I don't know. And my mom washed it, and I just remember going insane. I'm like, no, you don't wash Stay Puft. So he ended up kind of getting out of shape a little bit, and I found him recently. He was 30, so I threw him in the wash again. He had his second bath in about 20 plus years.
Wow.
Let's see, where is this? Is that window? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I gotta say, this is looking pretty good. I mean, if the quality is on par with some of the other releases lately.
Yeah, it actually is on par. The only thing I wish is they had like the wife beater version of Logan, like where he at the end of the movie when he had took that syrup.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, I haven't seen that movie. I've only seen it the one time, which was in theaters. I liked it. You know, it's just, you know how it is. Sometimes you just don't get around to rewatching stuff.
Yeah, right.
It's something you definitely
did Lord ever figure out how old Logan actually is?
He's I think he was 100 and he's way over 120. Probably older than that. I think he's 140 to be honest with you.
That's crazy.
I mean, he's older. He's been through the World War One.
Yeah.
He went through the revolution. Looked like he went through a Revolutionary War.
Yeah, he was in the Revolutionary War as well.
World War II, Vietnam, Korea. The bombing of Fujiwara.
So hey. And he's probably just showing up too. Like knowing him, he probably just heard about it and just went on his own.
Like, yeah, I'm just gonna get caught on purpose, see what's going on with these people.
Just find somebody that's dead, take their suit, and move on. Take their uniforms.
Yeah, that's what messed the story up.
So, what about this here? What is this? Lord Draken?
Draken Evo 3.
Sold out the first day.
Well, you know what? No, it stayed online for a while.
Well, I seen it after the premium. I mean, after the premiums that went up, the next day he went.
Yeah, it sat it sat on the site till about I think like 8 or 9 o'clock that night, and then I mean, Power Rangers fan base, man.
I'm gonna say this. I've heard a lot of complaints about it from people who actually had them.
Yeah.
But I heard complaints from that original Draken when Bandai had him because he was loose. His joints was loose.
Well, but, you know that original Bandai Draken, that wasn't necessarily from Bandai, but Bandai backed it. It was a private company it was somebody that made it that I know in one of the groups that I'm in, and they were hand making those Draken figures. It wasn't like Bandai was just like pumping them out, which is why it was only a limited number at Comic-Con.
Right.
And I don't know if they did it. No, they never did a second release, which is why Hasbro did their own release of Draken. But yeah. I mean, it was a rush deal with the first Draken. So yeah, a lot of the figures joints were loose, which is why a lot of collectors keep it in the box. But like the Power Rangers fan base, they're trying to beat your pockets for anything.
I mean, and this version is not even my favorite version of Dragon.
Right? No, it's not even mine. I didn't even try to get this, and I'm not even upset that I didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks cool, but do I really need that one? No.
Yeah, that's always the thing. Like, because I see so much stuff that looks cool, and you know that. Like you might have the extra money that you can throw down on this and it not affect any other bills you have to pay or whatever.
Right.
But then you're thinking like, do I want to buy it though? And it's like, I try to tell myself if there's that hesitation that you don't, but sometimes you really just do have to think things over and you got to look at what else might be coming up or whatever.
But I will say this about it: if they would have threw the throne in with it,
exactly. I was just thinking
that would have been a complete sell for that
exactly
itself.
Right.
Like they just threw that lightning effects piece in there, and then they only gave you 4 out of the 6 Rangers. So I mean, that was
well. You know what's gonna happen with that because they've done like the individual Rangers thing. You already got it.
No, I mean, but the helmets are battle damage. So I mean, if you're gonna do a
okay,
just make all of them battle damage.
But yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Had they given me the throne instead of all this green snot sitting on the floor, and I probably would have paid the $49.99 for it.
Well,
but for a comic book variant that didn't even have any continuity to like the story of anything, I'm good.
I mean, the green snot actually goes good with Ghostbusters.
Yeah. That is true, and that's the same thing just about that they used for that Shawn Michaels up there. Because I have the Shawn Michaels and Undertaker Ghostbusters thing.
Yeah.
So that Undertaker is definitely one of my pickups of the last recent times as far as well done figures.
Now,
it's got that.
Because Ghostbusters has the license for Ghostbusters right now is Hasbro, and Mattel has the license for WWE. Yet they did a Ghostbusters collaboration.
And they did a good job too, at least on Undertaker. The other ones are kind of just thrown together. It's just them in suits. But now this looks like it's also so. As far as Hasbro goes,
I'm actually excited about what Transformers did this time.
Does it involve one of these?
They actually you're probably familiar with it. You remember Beast Wars HomeGrown?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, so they bringing the Beast Wars line back.
Nice. And I know they did like a couple of those crowd-funded Beast Morphers.
Yeah,
I know they did Raptor.
They did Optimus Primal and who else? Megatron, the dinosaur version of them.
Yeah.
And they got Cheetor, Rat Trap. No word if they're gonna do what's his name? The Rhinoceros one.
Rhinox.
Yeah, Rhinox.
Yeah. Now, Shoes Up, he'll probably, show it at some point scrolling through.
Yeah.
But one thing that I saw that they're doing is they're doing these again.
Is that the Dino
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And this is the original Dinobot from what, like 80,
84,
somewhere in between like late 80, early 90, I think maybe like.
Yeah, because my dad originally had like he had the Gen 1 figures, and then when I was born and around 93, those slowly became mine.
Yeah. And this was like, I think it's like the only one I ever had of the Dinobot series. But
I only had Hot Rod, and I had Hot Rod, and I had the reissue 94 Optimus Prime Generation 2 with the red stripe. It wasn't the blue stripe like the original one. It was the red stripe. Trailer on the back.
Oh yeah, I know exactly which one.
And it was all black. It wasn't gray. It was black.
Right.
I'm not gonna pull out this whole box, but this is I got the Dinobot set at Comic-Con a couple years ago. Like the worst thing about this, like it's cool. The worst thing about this is that it's incomplete and that they didn't have. I forget who it is they didn't have, but I bought that one separately. I think it was the
pterodactyl.
I think it was the Stegosaurus.
The Stegosaurus?
I think so.
I can believe that.
I've never seen that.
Because I have that one. But the whole thing is like, let's see. If I open this right, it might be okay. Because the way they did this, you can kind of tell, like, there's like Velcro and stuff, but this whole thing is just one big display set. I just don't remember how exactly it opens. Because I went through all this like a long time ago. It's like Velcro and like, it just kind of stands up into this whole.
That is a lot of.
I mean, probably the price is worth it.
Right.
Yeah, and you pull out.
There's a lot going on there.
It's not coming out. It must be something else I need to do. But this whole thing, I had it displayed for a long time because it's very cool, It's just like I didn't feel like dealing with it when it came time to putting it all back.
Right.
And all my other all my other Transformers things, for the most part, that I got from Hasbro, it's all similar. Like, because I got the Devastator, which is huge, and I have something else. It's like these three robots from like the Cybertron or something like that, from when they were doing some crossover.
I mean, a lot of them are basically just reissues. Cause I mean,
and then this sound wave that turns into an iPad. So, yeah, like it's one of the Hasbro releases. It might have been that same year. I forget. But I'll have to see if I have like a picture or something. But yeah, just to make them modern, they decided to go with like the iPad that year.
Now, see, that's something that's so different and so quirky that it's cool, and it's something that you just keep in the box. You don't even open it. Like,
that's pretty. It makes sense. I mean, they're trying to modernize the actual the franchise,
right?
Because I mean, Soundwave. I mean, who it was? Soundwave turned into an iPad. He turned into a Walkman back in the day.
Right.
So, no, it's. I wish I had, like, to answer both. Like, I wish I had something smaller that I could have like pulled off, but like, since you guys are bringing it up, I gotta say, like, that's one of my favorite things because I think everybody likes the Dinobots.
Yeah,
I mean, I watched that long and not very good Transformers movie more than once just because the Dinobots were in it.
Right.
But what about this? I don't know what that is, but what about that?
Okay, this is for the smaller scale, the 5-inch figures. That's I mean, I was heavily into the Kenner figures, which is still Hasbro. They just were a different sector of Hasbro. But I mean, it's hard for me to get back into the 5-inch figures when like we've been having the 6-inch figures for like as long as we've been having them. And I mean, this is basically nostalgia at this point.
Yeah.
For this figure right here, at least.
Is that the same for these or what?
I believe those are those are the Kenner wave as well. That's the 4 or 5 inch figures. And like I said, they're not super mobile. They're not super articulate.
They don't look like they would be.
Yeah, but I mean, as a matter of fact, they were the same size as the original G.I. Joes.
Okay, yeah. So those are. I mean, those felt small even when I was small.
Right.
So, and I've never been like a big guy either. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No, but everybody says you're at least 6 feet tall. So.
Oh yeah. If 1127 asks, yes, I am a solid 6'5", 280.
No, I mean everybody say I lied about my height. I said I never lied. I said you assumed that I was 6'4".
Yeah, and this we already showed those.
Yeah,
we have more than one. Maybe it just started over. Did it start over?
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah, it did.
Because like Hasbro didn't have like a huge lineup for Pulse Con, but they had.
Okay.
I think mostly all Hasbro had was a lot of reveals, like a lot of future reveals.
Yeah.
Right, but again, though, that is looking pretty good, though.
Yeah, I think that was actually one of the stars of the con.
But,
they had Dungeons and Dragons. I forgot about that.
I thought I had seen something else, but maybe. Let me see, because I had another page. No, the other page that had the same stuff. Just they also had some hats on there, so that doesn't matter. But yeah, so where's my? I had something I was going to show you. Oh, because what I had pulled out to show like my Hasbro thing. Give me 1 second. Man, like you would not believe. Well, maybe you would. I got a lot of stuff pulled out. I was doing a Funko collection video before this. Because like I want to get that stuff put into storage. Because like it's taking up a lot of space. It's like I can put it in a couple boxes and move it. But I was like, let me just do that today.
I think that's what I'm doing.
Take very long. I was like, this will take like 10 minutes. I don't know why. About that. So this right here. That
is insane.
Doctor Strange thing. It was when I was looking through my closet for something Hasbro related.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is the easiest thing to get to, and like probably will be the easiest to show. So this was one of those ones. It was a Comic-Con exclusive some year, but I don't
had like 2017, 2018, something like that.
Yeah, it was in that time frame, but I didn't get it there because what they do is what they don't sell, they put online, as you guys all know. Because when you're there, like they tell you, like, because they only sell so many each day, and at the like if you see something like on whatever is still at the open line on Sunday afternoon is pretty much going to be what they sell online later.
Right.
And so I saw this and I was like, well, I kind of like it, but if I don't have to deal with like all the extra shipping, it's fantastic. So what is this thing? Go ahead and open this. It's
I thought it was actual wood at the time.
Oh, hold on, let me get the big screen thing going here for a second.
Right.
So as you see,
wow.
Yeah.
To move this. Yeah. So as you see, you got Magic, Dormammu. I can't remember the woman's name.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that Brother Voodoo, I think, and Doctor Strange in his astral plane, one of his astral forms.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's a pretty cool set, though.
That's crazy.
Magic by itself is going up.
What's that?
Magic by herself is going up.
Yeah. So I've never even really taken these things out before Like, I got it, and I looked at it, and I was like, man, she is deep in this thing. So so what you guys just saw or heard was me breaking out like 3 years of her being stuck in this tomb.
Exclusive.
But yeah, like she honestly, she was one of the selling points for me because I just always thought she was a cool character. And then the other being, let me get him out of here.
Spray some WD-40 in there.
Yeah, you too. His head's falling off here.
I think the selling point for her was that head sculpt that's on her right now.
Say that again?
I think the head sculpt was the selling point for that magic right there, because they had I got the general release version. Everybody was just complaining about the eyes.
Yeah, the head probably just needs to be stuck down further on there, but because it's falling off here. But basically, you got, Brother Voodoo, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, so he's got the cape, well, not cape, but like the part that goes over his neck with some bones on it and stuff.
Right.
So this one was definitely one of the cool ones too. I never followed him through the comics, but
yeah,
again, it's one of those things where you see something and it just looks cool, and sometimes
get you like a heat gun and heat up that ball joint and then just pop the head back on.
Yeah.
That way you don't.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be easy enough because, I mean, it's just like your standard things in there, whatever.
Yeah.
And then this staff is pretty cool.
That's pretty dope.
It's like that translucent style.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this was one of those things that, like, at the time, I didn't have to have it, and I still didn't, but it was like, it looks like I'll be able to get this without having to really go all out for it.
Right.
And that's kind of what matters the most sometimes, But yeah.
But that is definitely dope.
Yeah. It's one of those things that like would definitely make a good display. It's like, because you want to have all the figures out, but you still want to display like the actual book too.
Right.
So not as cool, but nostalgia. What was it? I think, Hasbro did the Ghostbusters line in the original packaging.
Oh, that's dope.
And the big issue with these figures was there were 3 different versions. You had these, which were like the standard American version, and then they had the first release, because these are the second release. They had the first release that was void of the writing in the middle. So they had to go back and redo it. And then they had a European release where it had extra writing in the middle along with this, but it's all written in French. The biggest issue they had when it came to the pre-orders for those Ghostbuster figures was people were waiting beyond what the actual release day was for those figures. Mm-hmm. And, like was mentioned earlier in the video, in the live, that people were seeing the actual figures in store before they were getting their pre-orders. And Hasbro's customer service was horrible about getting in contact with people about their figures. And they were saying, well, we had a mix up, things have happened, and the standard quality control or trying to fix the issue. And when the people who pre-ordered their figures were finally getting their figures, number one, the figures were balled up in the box. So if you were a box collector, you got folded up cards. And then number two, they weren't getting the American versions. They were getting the French versions. Maybe like an Egon was the French version. Then a Peter was the American version. And then like another one was one where it didn't have the correct writing on it. So like they were all over the place with the distribution. A bunch of mistakes were made. And a lot of people were pissed, to say the least. So that was the whole big issue with Hasbro and the Ghostbusters. They did the 4 main figures, and then they did like Stay Puff and a what is his name, Slimer, which are like the two hardest ones to find for whatever reason. But yeah, I had to pick these up. I saw them in Walmart one day because I wasn't really looking for them, but I saw them in Walmart, had to grab them because my original ones are all scratched up. And the guns, a lot of times, if y'all know, like the pieces that go around their arm, they would break easily. So, yeah, I mean, it's nice to have on card vintage characters from your childhood, you know?
Yeah, that is that is pretty cool, though. Let's see what both saying here. No clones over here. All right, Jezzy.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't nothing major. I mean, you know, same thing with him about the distribution. I think they're finally starting to catch up on these Moonlight figures.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's the Walgreens.
Yeah, the Walgreens exclusive Moonlight. Some people saying they're finding them easy. Some people still saying they having trouble getting them. But like I said, this is definitely one of those figures you want to pick up now, then wait later. And also, this was the original. Well, not the original. No, it was the first run of Carnage. This one is actually starting to go up. They got a new wave of Carnage coming out. So you know, it comes with the Miles Morales, the Spider-Gwen, and the movie Venom. So this one, the comic book version, is actually starting to go up now. But this was a hard find at one time because this was I think a Walgreens exclusive too.
I was gonna say I never see stuff like that.
Yeah, like
that is very nice.
I found him and Civil War Scarlet Witch on a whim at the same time.
Wow.
And he's got like that trademark, like the axe thing going on.
Yeah,
that's what a lot of people associate with him, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And also it was the infamous Iron Man, which is really Dr. Doom. Most people went for the head sculpt so they could put it on their regular Dr. Doom.
You know, the problem with those Marvel Legends figures is a lot of people like to open them up and take out certain pieces.
Yeah. Shoes. I'm gonna find you one of these so I can send you that. That way you can have all the accessories. That was another thing.
I appreciate that.
I will find this for you because I think she's drying up too. But everybody was complaining you got the better head sculpt in your pack, but you didn't have
any of that.
Yeah, most of the accessories was that's what they were like. The spirit sword's missing, the dragon, the skull. Like, they were like, oh my god. But yeah, this is magic. But other than that, like Homegrown saying, it's mainly a distribution thing with I don't even want to say Hasbro too much. I want to just say it's the companies as a whole, because Walgreens, I heard a lot of people say they canceled a lot of orders for like certain toys because they do pre-orders.
Yeah, I
think that Dino Thunder White was a pre-order for Walgreens at one time, and they just canceled that, and they just showed up at the stores.
I know Shielded Black Ranger was like Walgreens online only. I think that's one of my biggest issues with Hasbro is they can never figure out. Yeah, that one right there. They can never figure out how they want to distribute their toys and what direction they really want to go with them. Because like you have like Marvel Legends and like Star Wars Black Series with like incredible, looks to them, incredible head sculpts. And then you get over to your newly acquired Power Rangers line, and Zach, you get a head that looks like that. Now that looks nothing.
I'm not I'm not mad about the season two head, but I mean, I get the premise because a lot of people were mad about that right there.
Yeah, that looks nothing like the original character Walter Jones. But absolutely not.
I mean, he did have dreads in like season 2. He did have dreadlocks.
But that ain't what he looked like.
Yeah, they wanted the original head sculpt on there.
And then that one right there, he looked like Cuba Gooding Jr. But what I did learn is that every wave has a different sculptor.
Yeah.
So like heads are gonna be inconsistent.
I want to say Anthony's Customs is a sculptor for head, like he's a outsourced sculptor for him now.
Okay.
With him.
Okay, yeah, and then it's like with the Power Ranger line in particular, it's like, okay, Hasbro, what do you want to do? You want to make Target exclusives? You want to make Walmart exclusives? You want to make Walgreens exclusives? If you're gonna do it, let them know.
But this was another one that was a controversy because this was a Walmart exclusive. It was supposed to come out in 2018.
Yeah.
These didn't come out till a year later at my Walmart.
Yeah.
And guess how much I got them for? $10.
Wow.
Like, once it hit the shelf, it was already on clearance.
Right, because they had already been a year behind production.
Yeah. So, I mean, basically, they would just clean the house with these now.
That's crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, like a lot, like I'm in a Marvel Legend group as well, and they're like, they finding these figures for like $5 and $10 and $15, and I'm like, you can't really beat that.
Right.
But I mean, that same thing happened with the Rogue figure. Like Rogue sat around for a year, and now she's $100 figure by herself.
You have to pin that up there so you can see it.
Yeah, you see that on, bro?
Yeah, Boys in the Hood, Cuba Good.
But man,
I made a joke about that in the group that I admin for, and I put a side-by-side picture of that head sculpt and Cuba Gooding Jr. for Boys in the Hood, and it looked exactly like that.
Oh man, well, they're supposed to have Catherine's going to be releasing in December. I pre-ordered her. She's on Hasbro Pulse right now.
Oh, you're talking about with the metallic
yeah, the metallic armor pink.
Yeah. There's probably a few that they might need to go back and do. I don't need them skipping Turbo. That's one I don't need them skipping.
Right.
Right.
Well, I feel like they're gonna go back and they're gonna give us another Adam. I mean another Rocky. They're gonna give us another Adam and they say Aisha is gonna be in the metallic armor, so that's a good thing right there.
Okay.
Everybody was kind of on the fence, like, how are you gonna put her in there? They say they're gonna do the metallic armor, and I think they're gonna be doing a movie version.
Okay, so that means they will be doing Tanya for Zeo. Okay. Yeah. But they're also doing the villains. They're doing King Sphinx and Pumpkin Rapper.
Right.
For 2021. So Bandai never really did villains. So
that's gonna be a premium. But I think Hasbro got us buying another Lord Zed to get the Reader figure too. So I
was excited about that.
Oh, the 2-pack?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
As I say when I do shoes, this was so nice I had to do it twice, and I bought 2.
Bro, you're gonna army build them. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I felt bad for everybody that bought those that Green Ranger Fighting Spirit pack, and then they came out with individual putty packs.
Yeah, that Fighting Spirit, not a fan of it. The only thing I like out of that Fighting Spirit pack is the putty. So if I go back and try to get it, I would be getting it for the putty. But I mean, with them doing like the 2-pack putty pack, you really don't need the Fighting Spirit, especially when they're coming out with the original Green Ranger.
Right.
And then they're doing the Z putties as well. So
right,
I think that's wave 7. It's the Z Putty, Green Ranger, Dino Thunder Red, and the White Ranger. So
yeah, a re-release White Ranger.
yeah. But I hope. Oh, but I think there is. I think there's some kind of difference with the re-release of the White Ranger. I can't remember.
Oh, from what I was told, it was they all the same.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the same. They just changed the box. That was it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it might be the
Target's
helmet.
going to have a different box. Target's going to have a different box.
Well, because the Target exclusives, the ones with the black box, the heads are metallic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the variant with that. But
yeah, I've been a sucker for that. Well, because I didn't know going into it, but certain things that I bought, like at Comic-Con, like some Hasbro, some Entertainment Earth, you buy it because it's like you like it and it happens to be an exclusive. So that kind of makes it a little cooler.
Yeah.
But then you realize the exclusive is like the sticker on the box, or maybe an extra little decal on their shoulder.
Right.
And I'm like, I could have. I'm not trying to brag to anybody. I just think this is a cool piece. Like, I mean, sometimes like they will do an actual exclusive where it's like, no, you can't get like the Acid Storm Starscream that I got. Like, I think that was only there.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. And then I think one of the cars that I got, what's his name? I can't think of it. The 350. I think it's a 350. But either way, like one of the Transformers cars that I got, he was only there in that color anyway. But they released him multiple times in like, various colors.
Right.
Yeah, they did that one as a con exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people were pissed about that pack because the general release Gold Ranger came out looking better than the con one.
Yeah. But
it had more accessories. I like.
Yeah, like the Power Blaster, because I don't think
Zach, the new Zach got it.
Yeah.
Those ones with the
so I guess at this point you can build the Power Blaster, but you don't get the shielded Red Ranger, and I can't remember. Is it the con exclusive has the correct
it has Jason's head and the clothes Blade Blaster.
Yeah, and I think it's got the correct Gold Ranger staff. I know there's something wrong about one of those Gold Ranger staffs, and I think
there's 3 versions. They got a close, they got an open, and then they got the one where the staff is the blade of the staff is actually down.
Yeah.
So I mean so you pretty much still got to buy both versions to get like a complete version of how the staff supposed to come.
Right, because one of them is the story. So you have to take one apart and put it with the other one to make it right. And
right.
Something like that, yeah.
Go ahead, Shoes.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, Bo asked, because I know you guys answered the question halfway before, but he asked, are you guys big on Gundam or Neon Genesis?
Hold on.
Oh. So, Bo, if you're watching, well, I'm sure you're watching.
Oh,
there are your answers.
Yeah, Gundam will get you in trouble too. I can't get Zero without Death Sight, Sandrock, Heavy Arms, and
right. I like the second version of Gundam, and then G Gundam.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only one other one that I like. I can't remember what it is, but what really caught my attention about Gundam was following the story of Hiro Yui.
Yeah.
He had like the best story out of all of them. So
yeah, Gundam Wing. That got me into it.
Yeah.
But 00, that like I was like, that just blew me away. That Double O is like my all-time favorite.
I think that's what it was. I think
Double O, Blood Iron Orphans, and I mean, Seed. I'll put it in. It has a place, but I'll be like, that's kind of campy,
right,
for the most part. But I feel like that still was a solid. Like it had 2 separate series. So I mean,
what's that one with the Unicorn Gundam?
That was Gundam Unicorn.
Yeah, I like that one. I haven't finished it, but I do like that one. I think what really cemented it for me though was watching Endless Waltz.
Mm-hmm.
Endless Waltz was probably the best story that they had for Gundam. So yeah.
Well, I mean,
Bo was just talking about that.
Huh?
No, on the screen, Bo just mentioned that.
Yeah, I think. I mean, if they ever decided to do like Frozen Teardrop, which is the story after Endless Waltz, if they ever decide to do that and make that, I would be all for that because I read the manga. I love the manga of Frozen Teardrop, but I think if you probably seen Thunderbolt as well.
I have not. I'm guessing you were talking to him when you said that.
HomeGrown. Oh yeah, 8MS Team is a solid one. Like that was the most realistic one made.
Which one were you talking about?
Oh, I said Thunderbolt.
I might have.
It's a newer one. I think it came out 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what's coming out now? I think Gundam Hathaway. That's the one that's supposed to be coming out too.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna have to look for that.
Yeah, that's going back to Universal Colony.
Man,
but yeah,
because it's easy to get lost in a lot of the manga series stuff.
Well, I mean, I got into Gundam was one of those ones like I said, the Tamino, you know, he was one of those people that was like, I ain't scared to kill no main character on my cartoons, on my anime. So it was like, you know, yeah, he's a star, but he's about to die. Episode 5.
Yeah. Wow. But I think like what sparked me into all of that stuff, whether it be Gundam Wing, Dragon Ball Z, Ronin Warriors, and like if anybody looks at some of like my beginning videos, they'll see that I would have Ronin Warriors playing in the background, and like Sailor Moon and things like that. A lot of stuff,
and people don't realize Sailor Moon had weight.
Yeah. I think like what sparked a lot of that stuff for me, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people, was Toonami.
I had it on Syndicate. We had it on Syndicate.
Really?
Toonami was like after the fact. I got it on regular TV at the time. That was like 94, 93.
Yeah.
So I mean, we got it on Syndicate TV. That's why I was like, when Dragon Ball finally came on Toonami, I was like, I seen this already.
Right.
But it always cut off at Dynamic South.
Yeah. That was one of those things that drove me nuts about Dragon Ball Z and Toonami. But like it introduced me to a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was like big into Dragon Ball Z, but I was definitely doing a lot of watching it when I was younger. Like, because in the high school time frame, you know, it was one of those things that was really popular and it was pretty interesting, you know?
Yeah.
Like everybody, like one of my biggest memories of it is how often they would give away the next episode in like the title, you know?
Yeah.
They say like, oh, what's gonna happen? Is he gonna be able to save the world? And then next episode, find out on Goku saves the planet. It's like, so he saves it. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, the crazy.
I didn't even know Toonami was still going, to be honest with you.
I mean, the crazy part was, I mean, as far as Dragon Ball was concerned, I mean, I had to get all my tapes and everything from Suncoast at the time. because they were the only ones who was like getting like hardcore Japanese anime at the time.
Where was I getting my tapes from?
That was like FYE before FYE even existed.
Like
I remember Suncoast. I thought they just disappeared. I didn't know they turned into something else.
No, they did disappear because
you're just comparing it to FYE.
Yeah, I was comparing.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like that they became that.
Yeah, I didn't hear FYE until like probably 2004, 2005.
Now I was getting like, okay, so I've got like the complete first half of the Boo saga on VHS.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to remember where I was getting them from. I think I was getting them from like Blockbuster and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I know I couldn't get the uncut version. Walmart sold Dragon Ball tapes, but they didn't sell the uncut version.
Yeah. So like I think I was running to like between Blockbuster and like
Circuit City.
Books.
Another one I got in the front.
And like a local comic book shop, something like it was crazy, man. Like at the time, like that Dragon Ball. And I don't think like they were doing SH Figure Arts figures, but they weren't as
posable.
Well, I don't even know if that they weren't as like available.
Bandai had a lot of license back in the day.
Yeah, but they weren't as available. And then when they were available, because people were looking at them and were wondering like, why am I paying almost $20 for a figure? Because I think SH Figure Arts like back then were like between like 15 to 20 bucks, and they were only 20 bucks because comic book shops were selling them for 20 bucks. And a lot of people were wondering like, what's so special about it? So they would go on sale, and to the point where they would go on sale to the point where they would actually have to send them back to SH Figure Arts. So, I mean, that's crazy to think about it now. But
look, both know what I'm talking about. He said Sci-Fi Channel used to be having that hardcore anime.
I used to watch the Sci-Fi Channel. I would watch the Sci-Fi Channel heavy because I used to watch shows like Highlander and stuff like that. But I don't ever remember seeing anime.
Like I want to say Ninja Scroll was probably one of the first like major.
That's not for kids.
Like no, I remember being up at like 1 o'clock in the morning with my auntie, and like that was playing. And after that went off, everything went off. The TV, like back in the day, the channels cut off at a certain time.
Yeah.
That's what we had to deal with.
You would hear that.
Then the national anthem play when it's time to get up.
Yep.
I completely forgot that channels used to do that.
Yeah.
Like the 90s were simple, incredible, and crazy all at the same time.
Look,
stuff that you would see back then on regular TV in the 90s, now they be on channels like Stars and Cinemax and HBO.
I told my niece, I said, we didn't get cable to like 98.
Yeah. And then like I remember when HBO was part of regular cable. And
Man, I'm just trying to think like there's a movie I had that was I want to say it was based on like some old anime that might have been based on a game or something. Man, I can't think of what it was though. It's one of those things where it's all kind of related.
Yeah. They did a lot. Well, now they was just starting to roll into that in like the 90s.
Because that was
back in the day the censorship was heavy back in the day.
Yeah.
But now it's just channels just go on forever, and they just turn into infomercials at some point. And
yeah,
because I watched
my niece, they look at TV now. Shit is a common word on cable TV now. I said, shit, we couldn't hear that back in the day.
Right.
But then,
and you know what the funny thing is?
On Nip Tuck, like but like on normal, like on a Fox show, no.
I think the first time I ever heard a program or something geared towards kids curse was the very first Ninja Turtles movie when Raphael lost his side. Yeah. And he's walking back into the sewers and he goes, "Oh man, damn!" And that was the first time I had heard a kid say something like that. And it just blew my mind. It for sure made Ninja Turtles my favorite cartoon characters.
Oh, that same reason it made Christmas Story my favorite movie. Son of a bitch.
But I mean, if anybody was gonna do it, it was definitely gonna be Raph. That's for sure. Like, it wasn't gonna be Splinter. I mean, there would have been some comedic value had it been Splinter though, in the right setting. But man, that was there was some good times when you just think back to like those old shows and stuff. And it's just now every so often something will come into mind. And I'm like, man, where can I see that? Like there's really not a lot of places where you can go and watch, like, you know, if you want to watch like old episodes of like Dino Saucers or The Littles or something.
Oh wow,
you're mostly out of luck. You know,
I mean, Boomerang doesn't even play them no more.
Right. But there's Denver the Last Dinosaur.
You said what was his name? Dilbert, right? Something. And what was it like? I used to watch like Widget the World something.
I remember that too.
Some little purple.
Now, like Disney Plus, they've thrown some classics up there, like Gummy Bears, Gargoyles.
Yeah, Disney Plus has Duck, and that is worth the price of admission right there.
What else? Darkwing Duck, Tailspin. Just a bunch of great classic Disney cartoons they've thrown up on Disney Plus.
What's funny to me is that, like, you know, looking at stuff like that, like, is it HBO? I think HBO Max has like Aqua Teen and stuff on it.
Really?
And I think because it's them, because it's definitely not Disney Plus.
Oh man.
No, HBO has home movies, not Disney.
I forgot about Violent Jack.
Say that again.
I said I forgot about the anime Violence Jack. I forgot about that one.
That sounds familiar. And what was that one?
That was one that shouldn't have never made TV.
You know what shouldn't have made a movie, at least in my opinion, from what I recall of it, was Aeon Flux. I remember watching it on MTV.
Oh yeah.
But then the movie was like, and I own the movie. It's somewhere in that stack.
Yeah, I own it too.
I got it.
I'm not happy about it.
I am a huge fan of, what is her name? Mia Jokovic, something like that.
Yeah, from Resident Evil.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of her, and I thought that what she did in Resident Evil would translate over. Well, no, she didn't do Aeon Flux. She did Ultraviolet.
Yeah, I was going to say I had to be Ultraviolet.
But Aeon Flux and Ultraviolet, they were both in the same.
Yeah.
Retrospect of a bad movie.
I don't know if I saw Ultraviolet.
I wish I could say I unseen Ultraviolet.
Right.
Like, maybe that's what it is. Like, maybe sometimes like you suppress things and you don't realize it.
They can't. Ultraviolet, they both came out like the same year, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Like, what was the point of that? I felt like that's why I was like, should have did Ghost in the Shell.
But yeah,
Ghost in the Shell is actually good.
No, I'm saying, but they could have did that back then. If you were gonna base movies, if you're gonna do that style of movie, you should have just did Ghost in the Shell.
You know what? I think the reason they didn't do Ghost in the Shell at the time was because Aeon Flux and Ultraviolet were so bad. Like those movies tanked so bad, and I think they were like, okay, these two tanked. We're gonna wait, or we're not gonna do it at all. And I think like as technology progressed, they did it perfectly. So,
a friend of mine was telling me that he was last year. He rewatched The Max. Remember that? It came on like before or after Aeon Flux on MTV.
What it was?
The Max with 2 X's. There it is.
Like I'm like, I always wanted to throw it away, but I was like, I don't want to waste my money.
I know
the
that
art is
feeling.
cool.
Let me.
I like her as an actress too, but
something that was said earlier triggered me to look up that movie, and then I saw like Lego Ninjago, and I was like, oh, I need to watch that again. But because like the movie was funny, it had like Jackie Chan in it.
I've never seen that.
But yeah, the Max, like there was a cartoon for it back in, because like around the time when Eon Flux and The Head was on MTV, this was also on there. When was that though? Is the question.
Right. The only thing I remember with a Max in it is probably
1993. No, that's just the. I don't know what. Oh, the series was 95.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a while ago, but
wow.
It from what my friend said, it actually, because the comic went on for a longer time.
Okay, I do remember the comic.
But they had
I didn't know they did a movie for it though.
No, they just had a weekly show on MTV for a while.
Huh.
Oh, let me. For our sneaker people who's in here, so they don't feel neglected.
Yeah, I guess so. Something sneaker related. You know, it's bound to pop up, right? But yeah, it was. But the thing is, like, yeah. See, Boat remembers The Head. The thing is, I don't remember.
Familiar.
I don't remember. Let's see, The Head. That where he had that big head and that alien living in it.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, okay, I remember that now.
Yeah.
And his head was split open from time to time.
Right. So it was weird now that I look there. Yeah.
Yeah, Sci-Fi Channel has some weird stuff.
But what I was gonna say, it's like you see all these shows, right? Like that we talk about, and like they go away and you can never watch them again unless you get them illegally, which sucks. You know, maybe you wouldn't mind like paying for something.
Right.
Then there's some stuff that, like, you know, people do bring back. Well, I don't know if it's still on TV right now, but you know, you'll see things like Gilligan's Island on some channels, or Dobie Gillis and Green Acres or whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of things that I watched when I was younger. And those are on, what was it? It wasn't Boomerang. What was that? TV Land? Is that a channel?
Yeah. That's what it was on, TV Land.
Yeah. And it's like, man, I wish somebody. That's what I tell myself. If I was like Bill Gates or something, I'd resurrect some of these shows just for myself. Like, how much money is it going to take to buy some rights to air Dino Saucers? It's like, got it, done. Put it on Amazon.
I love Dino Saucers. I don't remember what the characters look like, but I remember the soft rock theme song. And
I only remember the visual of the intro or something. And I remember Bonehead. He was one of the dinosaurs, but I don't remember much about it other than that it was one of my favorite things in the world while it was happening.
I can't believe I forgot about Dinosaurs. Wow. What was another league? Box Master. Where they came with robots that once you collect the full set, you could build like the ultimate robot. And then they also came with like 3D glasses. And it was like a hip hop song. And yeah, okay. Yeah, I definitely remember Dinosaurs.
Yeah, that was.
Anybody remember Conan the cartoon?
Yes, absolutely. Conan the Adventurer, Conan Warrior Without something. Yeah, I remember that.
They had a badass theme.
Man,
I was like, and then when I seen, I finally seen the original Conan. I was like, whoa, this ain't happening in the cartoon.
Like,
yeah, that was one of the characters that I remember vividly right there.
Yeah, he's the only one I can remember by name. Like, because I could picture him too, just sitting there looking all dumb. But
when
like,
it's laser time, put on my 3D shades. It's laser time, boy.
yeah.
What was another one? Samurai Pizza Cats was another anime.
Oh yeah, that was my show.
They have the complete collection on Amazon right now on DVD. So
what was that show I didn't like? I never got into Eat the Cat.
Eat the Cat. I was iffy on that because that came on the weekends, like I think either right before or right after X-Men.
Yeah, I love Eat the Cat because Terrible Thunderlizards came on right after it.
It's just something about it. It just didn't.
He was Courage the Cowardly Dog before Courage.
I was about to say like that. I was into. Remember the Beetlejuice cartoon?
Yeah. I actually liked that. I used to like that.
Yeah.
I used to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning just to watch the full lineup of cartoons.
Look, believe it or not, I put the Fox Kids lineup against any of the cable lineups any day of the week. Any of the current or past ones.
Absolutely. But like when stuff like this came on, man, that was like back in the day when
you could sit down and actually watch cartoons.
Yeah.
Like you literally, I could sit from 6 a.m. to almost 12 o'clock.
I was just about to say that. That was the time where the kids then they make fun of now, where you see like little jokes where kids are sitting in front of the TV with a bowl of cereal.
Right.
Stuff like this is how that started. You get up at 5:30, 5:45 in the morning. You get yourself a bowl of cereal. You turn on the TV, 6 o'clock hit, and you wait for that full lineup of cartoons to play until about like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, look.
From Captain Planet to James Bond Jr.
Oh my God, James Bond Jr. I love the cartoon. I just hated that everybody knew about it because every day I go to school, somebody will be singing the James Bond Jr. theme song to me. And I'm just like, my last name is not Bond. And I don't go fighting crime and solving mysteries. So.
Oh, man. Exo Squad, that was an underrated one, too.
That one I kind of remember.
It was like Exo Squad and
I guess it was with a K.
SWAT Cats, man. I love SWAT Cats. They did a toy line that not too many people know about. And it wasn't too widely released and it didn't last long. A lot of the figures weren't great, but the Battle Cat and the two main characters were the main draw of the toy line.
So side note real quick, I don't know why, but like this picture makes me think of the Street Profits. I don't know.
Thanks. That's probably why they came out in them colors on Sunday.
Like, because they got like the one little dude and then like the one big dude. I don't know. But
I forgot what their names were. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Razor and something.
Let's see. I don't know. It might be on the main thing. I don't know. But yeah, I don't remember much about this one. Let's see. Yeah, T-Bone.
Yeah, T-Bone and Razor. Yeah, they were mechanics by day and crime fighters at night. Like they worked in a mechanic shop in a junkyard.
Yeah, and also I think we all probably watched a bit of Animaniacs and what's that other one, like Tiny?
Yes,
they're coming back.
They shouldn't have left.
It's time for Animaniacs. Yep.
Yeah, them and like you said, like there were some times where you had to like pick and choose, like, okay, well,
right,
like the Monday Night Wars, where it's like, okay, am I gonna watch like whatever they call this, like Doug and Ren and Stimpy block, or am I gonna watch this other block? Like,
yep. And the good thing about Ren and Stimpy though was when Ren and Stimpy first started out, you can only watch them at night because it wasn't really a kids show, but it was on Kids Network.
Nah, that came on on Nickelodeon during the day. I was like, in the morning.
Yeah.
I was like, they were pushing it. I'd be at my cousin's house. He's like, yeah,
Right.
Snippy.
Yeah, what is it? I heard that as far as modern shows go, I did hear that the Transformers War for Cybertron on Netflix is supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah.
But as far as like just a standard cartoon that you would see on TV right now, I mean, some winners pop up. You know, I'm a Craig of the Creek fan. We Bears, of course, right?
Mm-hmm. I think
Apple and Onion has its moments. Oh, Cartoon Network seems to do okay, but those other channels are the problem.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know any modern cartoons anymore. I've kind of I don't watch as much TV as I used to, because I used to sit in front of the TV for hours at a time and watch a lot of cartoons. But
I go glimpses and what I see in the toy aisle, you know.
Right. I mean, I think back in our day, we had a balance with cartoons, because we were able to watch, like in our lineups, you still had cartoons that played from the 70s, like a Looney Tunes, or like
the Flintstones and stuff like that,
and Jetsons, and that was mixed in with our modern cartoons, like a Bobby World or Eat the Cat.
Yeah. And then you got a good mix of cartoons as well. Like you got some really toony cartoons, and then you got serious stuff like Batman, the animated series.
This was one of my favorite purchases right here. This Looney Tunes box set, the Golden Collection.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, now obviously they do have some of their older stuff that's a little questionable, but but overall, I think I got it for maybe, it's probably one of those like $5 to $7 Amazon purchases. You know what I mean?
Right. But I
mean, know how like they'll say, hey, it's not Prime Day, but like deal of the day or something, and it's like you can get this right now. I'm like, all right, let's do it.
I think the biggest problem for cartoons was when the FCC stepped in, and then they said that cartoons had to be more educational. And I think that's when it really killed the cartoon era.
And also, like, if you think about it, our cartoons had more replay value. Like, you look at it over and over and over and over again. Like, nowadays, it's like, okay, now that I watched it, like, let's move on to something else.
Right.
Well, attention spans, because like that's a part of it too, right? Because people now overall, because they have so much at their fingertips most of the time, their mind just jump quickly from one thing to the next, like nothing, you know?
Right.
Like you watch something and then like the commercial comes up, it's like completely mind dump, move on to the next thing. It's like,
right.
Whereas like before, like you said, you know, you wake up early and you're watching all these cartoons because that is what you have to do. That is like the thing that's available. Maybe you have like a video game, but you know that like the game isn't going anywhere, but the cartoons, like you have those for a moment.
Right.
So you go with that, you know?
And then I think like the commercials were just as entertaining as the cartoons at that time too.
The cartoons the commercials let you know what toys came out from the cartoon.
Right.
So that way you can get those to live out the cartoon.
Right.
Right. You know? And remember, and they used, like I said, back to the Looney Tunes thing, they used to put those shorts in between, like as intermissions for cartoons. Like one show went off, you had an intermission with a Looney Tunes short or something, and then they go into the next cartoon. So they kept you there.
Because Pinky and the Brain started out as a short.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean,
even the Simpsons started off as a short too.
Yeah, it definitely did. And then and as far as the internet to distract you, the best thing we had was dial-up. And if anybody was on the phone, you know,
that was over.
There was no point in getting on the internet.
Yeah, like and it's funny because at the time there would be stuff that you didn't know. Like you might be wondering, like, oh man, I wonder when the next episode is gonna happen. Like those thoughts just come to your mind, but you accept the fact that you don't know.
Right.
and you just move on. And you just hope that later a new episode comes up. But now it's like, it's just, I mean, you got spoilers and stuff out there now. It's also so much easier. And it's the same thing with music to some extent. Like, anybody can get out there and get a show out there one way or another, right?
Right.
Whether it's like an animated thing that you just throw up on YouTube or like, you know, a podcast, like there's so much media out there. Whereas before it's like you had like those few choices, you know?
Right.
Even with like certain shows, like, you know, you might have like Darkwing Duck and whatnot, and like that one's going to be on for a while. And then maybe the show that comes on after it would kind of change a little bit, right? Like what you might see during the summer and then what you might see during the fall. Like sometimes like, or you have a show like, remember the PJs, with Eddie Murphy? Right. It like comes up and it's cool and then it disappears and you don't notice. But then later you're like, wait a second, what happened to the PJs?
Right. And then you get some kind of clue later on, maybe a month later, that the PJs is coming back next fall series or something like that.
Yeah. No, I think for me the biggest thing was when what it was. I think it was Power Rangers, one of these season premieres that came on at like 7:00 p.m. prime time. So that was back in the day.
When they started playing with Power Rangers time schedules, that was
new season. It was like, we're gonna play it at prime time. I think that was broadening the audience more than what it was, because they were like, Zords, they got this, they got that. They killed the old Megazord.
Because like season 2 was when they switched up the times, and like, I don't think I was too happy about that, because I missed maybe like 1 or 2 episodes, and then know back then you couldn't replay episodes. There was no getting online and watching the previous episodes. If you missed it, you missed it.
They changed a lot of the schedules up, and then they started adding VR Troopers and Beetleborgs, and later on down the line, Mystic Knights.
Oh yeah, I've got some of those too.
So look, but real quick off of both, because he asked that question. So thinking back to some of these shows that we just threw out there, like, because kind of like the same question we brought up earlier, like, what are some of those that now that they're kind of fresher in our head or whatever, that you wouldn't mind seeing some figures brought up for? Because there are some things that, like, you know, you look at them like, you know, those could be done pretty well right now. Because I said in the chat, like, I would like to see more Mask figures, right? Because I didn't have many. I think I recall having one for sure.
The movie Mask?
No, like Mask. It was kind of like, it's like a G.I. Joe sort of Transformers type thing. I can't think of how to really describe it. Where's that window I had open? I'll just do another search for
it. Let me see.
Now I'm thinking back, because I know around the late 90s, that's when I started doing more model kits from Gundam.
Ooh, that is not.
Now, this is not a series. It's a movie.
Oh, it's Mask. Whatever.
But I wish they did like figures for the movie The Rocketeer.
Oh, okay.
Because I really enjoyed that movie. That was like a classic one, along with the Phantom and.
Man, it is impossible to search for Mask right now without them not.
Without them just showing a regular Mask.
Yeah. I'm just. It's funny because, like, I type in Mask by itself and it's like, oh, is this what you want? Like, no, it's not. So, but if you type in Mask TV series, there we go. That at least pulls up enough pictures to. That it might jog your memory just a little bit by like that logo or something.
Okay.
It was, I don't know what the deal was, but like they had cars that would like turn into planes and motorcycles.
I've never seen that.
Hovercrafts.
Maybe I have.
It's like, but there's nothing about. There are no pictures here to really like.
Is that a toy line that they had for it?
What's that?
Those group of cards right there. Is that a toy line that they did have for it? I guess so.
Yeah, seems to be. Because I can't remember much about them, but it is. I think they were supposed to make a comeback to some extent. I want to say I heard about at Comic-Con within the last few years. Because sometimes, like, people do the crossover thing, like how G.I. Joe and Transformers does, or Ninja Turtles did one with Ghostbusters, right? Yeah. Like, well, they did a comic crossover. I don't know if they did any toys. I don't think so, because I feel like I would have heard about that.
I wish they would do a.
Oh, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. That's the one. That's what I want some figures from. Yeah. Aqua Teen.
What is that? What is that show?
That's So Raven.
No, it was
maybe some Family Matters NECA 6 inches.
They were like puppets, and they had like vehicles that were numbered 1 through 5.
Puppets. And they did a toy line of it recently, and Tim Allen was in like the real movie version of the show of the cartoon. See, Boat remembers Mask. Wait, Jezzy? Oh, hold on a second, because he fell out.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No but problem. I wish they would do a full and proper Thundercats.
Oh, okay, you did say full, so because I know they did something recently.
Yeah, I'm not mad with that.
You still there? HomeGrown?
Yeah, I'm here.
No. Yeah, I'm here. Oh, okay. Because like when you stopped talking, you also stopped moving, and I was like, wait, what? Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. Are there any movies that I wouldn't mind seeing? Because like I know TV shows. I know they did a bunch of random figures for things like Golden Girls and stuff recently.
Right.
I forget who did those though. But I don't know. There's because a lot of the stuff that I grew up with hasn't gone away. Like the stuff that I really stuck with, like Ninja Turtles was my big thing, and Masters of the Universe, and those are pretty much here to stay.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that. Well, I will say one thing that I do kind of miss was, and like the whole thing that got me into like the comic universe was the trading cards. Because I collected those for years.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind those coming back just because that was kind of cool, Even though I wasn't like trading really with anybody for the most part, unless I had doubles of something and they had doubles, and then that's how you like, okay, hey, like I really need this Craven. Like, okay, well, let me get that Hobgoblin. It's like, okay, yeah, I got 2 of those. Yeah.
I think
the bubblegum cards. Yeah, I missed that.
Hasbro could have possibly had a good thing going, like with these, with some of these figures right here, because they did do it with like the Havoc and the Polaris, and they did with the Wolverine.
See, those cards on the back are the ones that I first started collecting for Marvel.
Right. Yeah, Hasbro did a good job. I feel like if they would just if they do this with all of them, I feel like that's justified. I'll justify paying certain prices for certain figures. Or even if they just put the regular card inside the actual pack too. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it don't cost them nothing to make them damn cards and put them in there.
It was
2 cents.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The show that I was talking about is called Thunderbirds.
Oh yeah, I remember Thunderbirds.
Was that like people in the show?
No, it was it was a puppet show. Because apparently I'm looking at it, and apparently it started off as a British television series, and they had like, so it was as close to real life as you would get, but they were with puppets, and they had vehicles numbered 1 through 5, and some of them were aquatic vehicles, and some of them were like planes and jets. But then they end up turning it into a movie, and then I think they did like a cartoon recently, but they didn't do like really good toys for it, so it kind of popped up and disappeared.
Not Robotech, huh?
No, it was Thunderbird. It was called Thunderbird.
I seen Derek say Outlaw Star 2. That was a good show too.
Yeah.
You said Thunderbird? Okay. That's what I was thinking. Well, if this is, let me share this right quick, make sure we're on the same page, because I could remember like the stop motion aspect of it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, yeah, because like, that is a thing. Like,
okay,
it crossed my mind a while ago, like tonight, but a while ago.
Yeah,
and I couldn't think of the name of it, so I was like, and then the conversation shifts and you just lose it. But like, okay, yeah, I do remember this at some point. I don't remember. I couldn't place it as far as a time frame though. But yeah, I definitely remember these guys.
And then when I look at that, it puts me in the mind of Team America, even though like.
Yeah, they're doing some different things, but yeah.
Right.
Man, that's cool. Wait, what? We might want to. Oh, okay. Might go ahead and get this wrapped up soon, because just seeing that, I mean, we could sit here all night talking about random shows, but
right.
I think for now probably good, and I might be doing another live thing tomorrow night, depending, because to talk about some. I don't know if you guys caught King's 23 Kicks live thing this Saturday, but he was talking about doing like a best of 7 series with sneaker battle things and whatnot. So just to kind of gauge some interest and whatnot, see what people think, who would be available, so get some ideas from people. This one would be
pretty dope.
This one would be through his channel, so it'd have like a different vibe, obviously, because it wouldn't be just like, oh, we're having a ladder match and a sneaker battle. No, it's not that.
That would be a bad idea.
It'll be, still entertaining and still geared towards like inclusiveness, meaning everybody with collections of any sort. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not just like, oh, you needed to come in here, and if it's not a collaboration with this guy, or you're probably not going to win, or if it's not this rare, it's like, that's not how everybody works.
Right.
So, yeah, so I might be on here tomorrow again, just kind of getting some ideas from people, seeing how they feel and what they like to do. But yeah, but as for now though, probably gonna, man, I need to, between the Funko collection video, the figures for like this that I pulled out, like this living room is not okay right now. So I need to deal with this. Like if there was a fire, I might not make it.
Right. I think we're all in that predicament.
Yeah,
right?
I'm just looking for one pair of shoes, and I'm like,
I've got between this and the 2 sneaker videos that I finally have coming, and another video that I just need to figure out when to do it. Yeah, it's not okay in here. I'm getting a little claustrophobic. The walls are closing in.
That's the way to put it. It's not okay. But
y'all made my little girl's day. She seen me pull things off the wall and was like, "Oh my God, he's finally about to do it."
Man, I know how that can be. This
is her favorite right here.
Oh yeah, I got that. Still in the box.
Yeah.
Do I have that one?
It's the box over there for it. I might. I've been debating for like the last year if I want to buy a second.
Man, I have no idea. Once I get these Funko things out of the way, though.
Dragon Dagger still in the box. The Blade Blaster still in the box.
Somewhere around here. Could have got the Golden Power Staff for under retail, but that was my mistake.
Oh yeah, they still under retail right now.
And the Power Sword too.
Now the Power Sword, you find that under retail, and you lucky. Those are shooting up.
I mean, I got a few things I can leverage off for it. It's just a matter of if I can talk them down, I'll talk them down.
Because right now people want like $300 with shipping.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the last band. That's the last production of Bandai America that's going to be made. So I mean, I understand it.
Yeah.
But for now though, like I said, we'll go ahead and get this wrapped up. I mean, again, it's been fun hanging out with you guys. It always is, just sitting back, just talking about whatever comes up. So we'll definitely have to do it again sometime, and maybe it'll be a better time for him because again, since it's a monthly occurrence. Same with Derek. I mean, he's usually here, just things didn't go his way tonight.
Right.
But yeah, usually it's on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
But this time I lost track of the calendar, honestly. So then it's like, wait, we need to do our September episode, right? Like, so.
Well, we did the wrestling recap. Now this, and then we got our monthly recap for sneakers.
So that will likely be this coming Sunday,
right?
Just because I should be available. I mean, because originally there was like a possibility of my parents coming to visit, but yeah, so should be doing the monthly recap on Sunday, which will be cool. Yeah, and then just try to get things back on track from there.
And I feel like all these pay-per-views kind of got smushed together because then we just have Payback and something else.
Yeah, so because they wasn't Payback was like, wait, I think it was like SummerSlam, then Payback then like
next week.
Yeah. And then whatever, like they skipped a week, and then there's Clash of Champions, and then this Saturday or this Sunday is supposed to be NXT.
Yeah, TakeOver. Yeah,
which might be pretty good, but either way, that's another story for another day. We'll get it figured out. But go ahead, tell people where they can find yourselves.
So right now, I'm Some Old Guy Toys. But you can find me on YouTube at HomeGrown Kicks. That is my main channel. That is my main focus right now. I usually try to upload videos between Tuesday and Thursday. I've got a lot of videos up right now. I think I just hit 80 subs, pushing towards 100 now. So, trying to grind it out and do my thing.
Yeah.
But go ahead and go over there and check out some of my videos. I've got one coming up pretty soon. So yeah, check that out too. I really appreciate every opportunity I have to get on live and, just get out there and have conversations with you all. They're always the best conversations and some good times. So I appreciate that. Shout out to you, Shoes Up, Sleeves Down. Shout out to you, Jezzy. Y'all are some great guys. And there's nothing more left to say, but nothing is impossible. Fight for everything you believe in. Don't let anything stand in your way. And dream hungry. If I can do it, you can do it too. I appreciate y'all.
All right. Yeah, definitely. Come on back on Sunday, man. Like I said,
I definitely will.
The sneaker recap and talking about pickups, which is light for me this month.
Oh, my bad. But yeah, again, thank you for having me on Shoes Up, Sleeves Down, and also pleasure being with you on the panel as well, Homegrown. Shout out to Derek and his Boats for jumping in on the live as well. But you can find me at Jezzy Christ, aka Thriller. I know I have Big Easy Jeezy, that's my other alias, but all you have to do is type Jezzy Christ on IG and YouTube, and I'm usually the first one that's gonna pop up on Google and everything else. But
both of them have their links in the description too.
Yes, thank you. but yeah, man, definitely appreciate everybody who's tuned in. Like I said, I deeply appreciate you having me on the panel, and look forward to being on the next one as well.
Yep. And I thank you guys for taking some time out of your days to do this. And so again, for me, I don't really have a whole lot to say, as I generally don't, because I recorded a 30-something minute video not long ago. So there's that for me. And man, I've been doing a lot of long videos, but don't worry, sooner or later, I'm going to get back into doing normal shoe videos when it stops raining and I can knock out the performance part of a performance review or two. But that's another story for another day. What is not another story for another day is how I would like for everyone out there to have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are, and come on back at some other point to see my videos, or go on over to those guys' channels right now, because their links are in the description and they've got a whole backlog of things that you should watch. So have a nice day, people.
Peace.
Salute.